If you think feeding teenagers are bad, you should see Tammy's grocery list. Now back to the Pet Project with your host, Tammy Trujillo. Down.
And yikes, that grocery list grows and grows and grows, doesn't it? I mean, we all know it. We've all been there. Yeah, we always try to bring you some pet news on the show. I've got to give you some sad pet news because this is really something. And again, you'll want to go to our Facebook page, Tammy Trujillo's Pet Project, and get a look at Uncle Chi Chi. You may not have heard about Uncle Chi Chi, but Uncle Chi Chi is unofficially, because, we don't always know our dog's birth dates, but Uncle Chi Chi is the world's oldest dog. And Uncle Chi Chi was about 25 years old. 25 years old. That's old for a dog. I mean, my goodness, you get a dog up to 20 and you've done a fantastic job. Her age is kind of uncertain. What is known about Uncle Chi Chi is a toy poodle. Now, if you're hearing some background noise, Scarlett's Magic has entered the studio and she's just a little nervous today. She had a long drive in the car and we're going to meet her in just a moment. But Uncle Chi Chi is a toy poodle, was adopted in the late 1980s and was somewhere around 25 years old, give or take. For a dog of Uncle Chi Chi's size, that would be the equivalent to about 120 years old. 120. I don't think a person's ever hit 120 that we've been able to absolutely say. And Uncle Chi Chi, like most older people, has suffered from some age-related problems for a lot of years. He was blind, he was deaf, and he recently had a bout of cancer. But he had a fantastic life. His person was a TV producer, and so Uncle Chi Chi got to go on trips all over the world, including France and Italy and Germany, where his person went. His person, being a TV producer, went all over the place. Frank Pavich and Janet Pavich of New York were his people, and his notable age even got him a spot on Good Morning America. So that's Uncle Chi Chi. 25 years. Wouldn't you love for your pet to be around for 25 years? You know, their lives are just way too short. They should live for 100 years. They're all so wonderful. But Uncle Chi Chi made it for 25, and now it's R.I.P. Uncle Chi Chi. You earned it. Good dog, wonderful dog. And we will have some pictures of Uncle Chi Chi up on our Facebook page here momentarily so you can get a look at this guy. All right. Whoa, we have been talking about our next guests all week long. And we are so excited to have in studio Lee and Kimberly Draper of the Savannah Cat Shop. And our super duper special guest, Savannah, she's hiding now, Scarlett's Magic. Thank you guys for driving out here and being with us.
Thank you.
This is so totally cool. Now, Scarlett's Magic is she's hiding right now.
She's under your desk.
She's under the desk, which is okay. Yeah.
It's all the rain outside.
Yeah. Yeah, well,
It's raining California.
no. And it's particularly a stormy, blustery day here in Southern California. We look like we're on the East Coast, I think. We are lucky enough to have Lee and Kimberly on for the rest of our show. So she's getting treats under the table right now from Lee, and she will calm down and she will get ready and come up where we can see her, because you've got to see her. She is absolutely gorgeous, fantastic, and wonderful. And we've got to talk about Savannah's now. I don't know if my producer Alan told you, we had a Savannah.
Yes.
Wow.
We have had a Savannah for about the last 6 years named Sarmati. And unfortunately it's been about 6 weeks ago, Sarmati suffered liver failure and we lost Sarmati.
Oh, no.
Yeah, it broke our hearts. My husband Randy is in studio with us today as well. But we have had the pleasure of living with a Savannah. She was not nearly as big. She was an F2.
Okay.
And I know Scarlett's Magic is an F1.
Right.
So let's catch everybody up with what we know. Kimberly, a Savannah. I gave a little prelude earlier,
Right.
but tell us what a Savannah is, because it's a cat, but it's not a cat.
Well, it is a cat, and it is a hybrid. It's a domesticated cat that was originated back in the 80s. There was a really creative breeder who bred an African serval with a domestic cat. And so since the 80s, the breed has evolved, and now there's different generations of Savannahs. And as you said, Scarlett is an F1, which has the highest percentage of African serval and then it goes down to F2, F3, F4, F5.
So with Scarlett, one of her parents,
Her dad,
her dad, was an actual 100% African serval.
100%.
Okay, and then when you go down to an F2, you've got two hybrids breeding. Is that right?
Right.
That's what Sarmati was.
Right.
So,
Sarmati would have had an F1 mother.
right.
And then a lower generation male,
Okay.
Savannah. So that would produce an F2. So in essence, an F2 has about 25% African serval.
Because Sarmati
Their
had
grandfather would be the serval.
because she did have the same markings, but she was not nearly as large. And but boy, was she massive in terms of muscle strength. I mean, way more than a cat.
Yeah.
Way more than a cat.
Yes.
Now,
Yes.
our young lady in Studio Day, Scarlett,
Yes.
she's got records. She's big for even a Savannah.
She is. She is. She's extraordinarily tall. She's in the 2011 Guinness Book of World Records. And she's grown. And so we will have some exciting news to break over the next couple of weeks. There might be a few records that she continues to break.
She's still wait. Now she
She's
was
still
born in
growing.
2008. She's almost 3. She just had a birthday.
She actually just turned 4.
4.
She
Okay,
just
my
turned-
mouth.
That's okay. She just turned 4 on March 6th.
She's still growing.
She's still growing, yes. And she's not the only large Savannah out there. There's actually another Savannah right now that technically, if you compare the record, is a little bit taller than Scarlett's old record
By that much.
by like a squinch.
Uh-oh.
But it's another Savannah. It's another Savannah. But being a very fun and interesting breeding world that we live in, we are about to re-update the record. She's grown, and she will once again hold the title.
Wow.
Very exciting.
We've got to get. I'm really wanting her to get up here on camera so we can see her. So as soon as she's ready to do it, she will. We are taking some pictures of her in studio. We'll get those on our Facebook page as quickly as we can. There is one picture up on our Facebook page already that I put up yesterday because she's beautiful. She's exotic. She's wild, she purrs, she's gorgeous to pat, and we're going to talk about what it is to have one of these cats in your home. And again, if you've always said, I want a tiger, I want a lion, oh, I wish I could have them, well, this is the next best thing. Because you can't have a lion or a tiger, but you can have a Savannah. It's different than having a cat. Trust me, we've done it. It's wonderful. And we are going to come back and talk about just what it is to have a Savannah in your home and how you can actually do that. Coming up on the Pet Project, the show your pet wants you to listen to. That's all ahead.